All right.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Disney stream with Angle T and the Professor Frixel and me, the real Dr. VENKMAN.
Wow, he just totally stole the intro from you.
There's all the thunder just taken right out of it too, and I mean, you almost got it. You know, hey, fellow theme park buffs, you know, or hey, fellow Mouseketeers. We use it just, but you did. Hey, boys and girls. I kind of like that. That's all right. And you did. Hey, man. I dig it. You know what? At first, I'm like, what the hell's? I don't know where this is going, but no, I like it, man. That's cool. Just tell me next time. I'll let you take point. It's okay.
Well, you're still talking to your wife on the side, so I figured I might as well jump in and save the stream.
There you go. Right. It's all saved, man. It's all saved.
That's all good now. Now I did my job. Now I can leave.
There you go.
Bye.
All right. Actually, yeah, I do like that. Now, Professor Pixel will never see his face thanks to the accident that happened at the Wax Museum. Apparently, you never want to be smoking and near a flammable figure, and that unfortunately he's scarred really bad. Kind of looks like Dr. Doom, but you know, without the armor. Yeah, it's horrible. So we'll probably never see Professor's face.
It's like Dr. Doom, but his face is horribly pixelated.
There you go.
That's it. Exactly. Somebody did bad pixel art of Dr. Doom.
All right.
That's my face.
So I wanted to talk about a couple of things we've got going on here now. We are gearing up down here at Walt Disney World for everything to open. Prof, are you going to be going to Disney Springs on the 20th?
No, it will probably be kind of busy.
I will, and there's a joke. There was a joke on Twitter how like it's going to be a whole bunch of YouTubers going along and hey, look at this, and this is open and that's open, and it's just going to be. I figure even if you don't get good dining or shopping, you're going to get networking with all the YouTubers and everything like that. So that'll be kind of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But so they're getting ready to open. And they're putting out feelers about everything. We have heard that the Shanghai park is open. We even got a video they made a couple of days ago we're going to be talking about tonight. It's called Disney's Shanghai Park to reopen with COVID-19 precautionary measures. And we're going to go through that video tonight and talk about how that might play here at Walt Disney World. I understand that's a little bit out of your wheelhouse tonight, VENKMAN, but any commentary is welcome, of course. But there is something that you can help us out with for sure here.
Yeah, I can elaborate that I don't have a wheelhouse.
Oh, there you go. I said wheelhouse, not whale house. So yeah,
we have the whale house.
Yeah, we have the whale house.
World over there.
Yeah, but there is also something that popped up. See, Disney, in order to prepare for bringing guests in, not necessarily me or Professor who would have an annual pass, but somebody out of state, they've come up with a bit of a survey. So I was thinking it might be fun to go over this survey and to see what it's only like a question here, but it's what they're asking here is this is assumes the follow that the stay-at-home restrictions have been lifted, no restriction in Central Florida to prevent you from traveling to the area. Travelers provide Central Florida attractions, including Walt Disney World, will have implemented a new set of health and safety measures, obviously. But here's the thing. Do any of these apply to you? Like, are you nervous to come out? Like if we decided let's get together, would you actually be nervous to come down to Walt Disney World because of COVID?
Not really. Even I've been out every single day. Like, and I'm not afraid of COVID. Like, you know, like there's even more chance of getting it at the grocery store than you have it anywhere else. It's, you know, that's free reopening now.
That's what it seems like. And down here, of course, right now it's basically summertime. It's hot as hell down here in Florida.
You can't avoid something like this. If it's that serious of a disease, you know you're going to be able to avoid it. Because everyone has to get food.
That's kind of what happened with me. The more they said how, you're going to catch this because somebody winked at you driving by, the more serious they made this sound, the more unavoidable they made it sound. So if it's that unavoidable, why shut down the world? Because it seems like no matter what you do, you're going to get it.
you imagine if they open up the park, someone goes on a ride and then throws up, then they blame it on COVID and shut down the park?
Well, fine. Woman, will you stop throwing garbage at me? All right. So anyway, but yeah, this is part of it. It's like they want to know, would it be a pace of a new infection in Florida? That if the fact that it's significantly reduced now, are the work and job situations? I think that's going to keep a lot of people from staying home. I don't think anybody with any with older people or younger people, why would they come? Why you know, obviously they're going to be wanting to stay home. That part of the main audience, as a matter of fact, the little kids, if you're so afraid of COVID, they might not come.
Well, that's the thing, you know, if you're afraid, you know, of getting the disease, you don't have to come. And it's not, and like, well, we're being excluded if some people are having fun, we're stuck in our home. It's like, well, it's your personal choice. That's why I look at it, you know. Yeah.
Well, my thing is this is what's going to take for me to go to Walt Disney World. Open it. That's it. I'm good. If they want to require me to wear a mask, that might be a problem.
Sorry, sir. All the food restaurants are closed, but you can go on the rides.
Well, the only thing I see that being a huge problem for me is I pass out. I put the mask on and it just okay, you know. It's like, well, I have a pass. I'll get all kind of with. I don't know if it's claustrophobia. I don't know what it is.
It's restricts your breathing. You're not, because it's meant to filter out stuff so you don't breathe up. That's why you're not supposed to do physical activities with stuff. When people do painting, you know, even though the windows are open, you have it over your face, but you're hardly moving. You're not doing a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you take a break. Go outside.
Walking around in summertime, I don't know.
Well, yeah, you get. Can you imagine wearing that in August?
Yeah, well, and that's what they're talking about. I mean, you're going to be wearing a face mask in summertime. Now, here's the thing: some of the precautions I really do agree with, and I would wear a face mask anytime we go indoors, definitely. But if we could keep our distance and everything, and we walk around with,
my fear is that my fear is that everyone's wearing a mask. It's gonna make it much easier for anybody who wants to try and snatch a child.
Yikes!
How you gonna identify him? He's wearing a mask.
Well, as professors can attest to this, getting out of Disney like that would be really difficult. Okay, I thought maybe that would spark him up to say something, but there you go.
No, I mean, I know VENKMAN has a point.
Oh, really?
Because you can just walk out. They don't like stop everybody at the exit. So if you're walking with a crying child, they just don't want to leave the park. Oh, they can just pass by.
Yeah, you're right. There are crying children. Damn, man, you just painted a dark pall over everything.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I do not like the fact that a mask in public will go. Anybody can just hide their identity. Wow. That's the reason why we were all wear masks when you go into a bank. They think you're robbing the joints. The bandana.
Hello to Maranya, who's saying, hey, I went to SeaWorld back in the day. I think it was around the time of Shamu 1978 to 80s. It was actually pretty cool. And I never thought the sea life were being oppressed. They're not, man. And let me tell you something. Gail and I go to SeaWorld all the time. I love going. And we've watched, even in SeaWorld, that during certain queues and everything, they show Operation Rescue and all that, which is, you know, SeaWorld. They go out and they help out all sorts of marine life. That Blackfish documentary that came out a little bit is there's a lot of falsehoods in that one. There really is. You know, and hey, look, God bless the family of the young lady who was killed. Nobody wants that. One of the things I pointed out, and I know it ticked off a lot of people, is let's talk about all of the shows that happened at SeaWorld since it first opened, that none of that kind of stuff happened. None of it.
Yeah,
it was.
Pixel, you're bringing up Blackfish. You talking about Free Willy?
No, that's
no.
It was called Blackfish. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. So anyway, speaking of, we're going to talk about that movie, but we're going to talk about a different video today. There's a video that came out. Well, actually, it came out a couple of days ago that we're going to be talking about here. let me share the screen again. Boom, right here. It's called Disney's Shanghai Park to reopen with COVID-19 precautionary measures. Now I'm going to try to match this up so we can, and I'm playing it on my TV so you guys can hear a little bit of it.
All I hear is cardboard being cut by Gail.
Yeah, Gail's behind me. She's cutting up cardboard.
It's like a factory over there.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, you can hear that?
Yeah. So we're going to be playing this, and what we're going to be doing is talking about, because I absolutely believe they're using this as what am I trying to say here, Pixel? What's the word? A blueprint for how to open up Walt Disney World.
Oh yeah. This is your draft. As far as your first stage attempt,
Okay. So let me start. It looks like I'm
3 seconds.
There we go. Okay, that looks like I've got it on my TV here as well. So there's some sound. I think Gail's going to be interested in this too because she's a big Disney hound as well. And no, I didn't just call you a dog. I said a Disney hound. It's a lot different. So please don't hurt me. All right. So yeah, let me get this started. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through each step and then we're going to talk about it. All right.
All right.
Welcome to Shanghai Disney Resort. What a good news! Shanghai Disney theme park will reopen to public.
Okay, you guys can hear that?
11.
Mhm.
Today, let us follow Andrew, the Vice President of the operations of Shanghai Disney Resort, to see all the details of
Yeah, more than anything, we'll get nailed for the music.
At this stage, our guests would have already gone through temperature screening, and they would have already shown their health QR code.
Okay, so first of all, he says that the guests are going to go through temperature screening. Now, from what I understand, this is where they're going to be, you'll go into a tent of some sorts, and they're going to be taking, I don't know if it was like almost like an x-ray of your head, or they might put those things on you.
What it's going to be is they do what we're doing right now, what they're doing the testing here with COVID in New York and stuff. They meat thermometers. The laser ones, you're going to put on your forehead. That's how they're going to test you.
They're going to meet
I
them.
thought you meant the metal ones. Just stick it right in there.
Right up in the, yeah. They're going to take a meat thermometer. You know, you might have noticed it's like a big old needle.
Bend over. Wrong channel.
Well, that's what they're used for. They're used for work the grocery store. That's how you test how cold it is on the ham and all that stuff when it's in the little cooler things. Because it has to be a certain temperature.
But I hear it's going to be focused around the headal area, cranial, if you want to actually use the right.
Yeah, that's why. Well, makes sense because that's how you always took your temperature. You put your hand.
Seconds.
To the
Yeah,
back.
I can't imagine. But would they? I mean, imagine. I can't imagine they would touch you with it though.
They don't.
No.
But they get close. Okay.
I get within like 3 feet of you.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. I guess so. That makes sense. All righty. So let's go.
And so now what we want to demonstrate is that Disney reservation QR code redemption process.
Can you hold off on that?
So this is our staff member here, and Michelle is going to be our demonstrator here. So I'll let her take you through it.
Okay.
So after that stage, the next step is for our guests to go through the security screening. But what I wanted to showcase here are the markers on the ground for social distancing. So we did various studies with our guests and observations, and we found it was easier to tell the guests where not to stand, and then leave the empty space where they can stand.
Okay, so this is another one. They say they put the markers there, right? But they say don't stand there. I think that's a cultural thing. Because like when they ask, like you'll say, "Oh, do you have no bananas?" And they'll go, "No, we have no bananas." Or we'll say, "Yes, we have no bananas." You know, that's the way they would answer that question. I think if you put those markers at Walt Disney World, we're gonna think that's where we stand.
Yeah, because it looks like the thing before you get on a ride. Stand here.
Yeah, I was wondering if I'm the only one that actually is thinking that. When I saw that, I thought, why did you do that? Why? But it has to be a culture.
You know what I think you should do? For all the grocery examples, have the tape on the ground. or spray paint if they have to. I don't care. You can always paint over it again if you want.
Yeah, even in the post office by us, they've got markers. It doesn't even say stand here or anything. It's just markers, and everybody just and everybody just naturally stands on those markers. I think, like I said, I think this is a cultural thing. They move it over here, they're going to confuse a hell of a lot of dumbass people like myself if they put, don't stand here. I just want to stand in the square.
Well, if they have to, just go ahead.
I think Marania's bringing up a good point. She's talking about how her normal temperature is between 95.3 and 96.8. And here in Florida, how unbearably hot it gets. People's body temperatures are going to be really high up there. How
so they have to. I mean, they have to think about it. We will not be the same as Hong Kong or Shanghai as it is here. You're right. We run really hot. And hello to Halibman 2009. How you doing? Who's saying it's a camera, no guns. It reads temperature as you walk in. Well, thank you very much for cleaning that up. I appreciate it with no touching. It's very nice of you. I appreciate you joining the conversation. Hello, and how are you? Ash, I found this channel from some guy who thinks he's a Ghostbuster. We all do, sir. We all do.
If you ask me if I'm a god, I'll say yes.
There you go. All righty. Let's see what else they have for us here.
So that's our arrangements here, and so again, it provides a group.
It just
group of a family or friends.
Okay.
In this space, and then it's 1 meter distance to the next space.
So they're allowing families to stand together. So and that makes sense. If you're quarantined with each other. Now he's touching the dude, by the way,
with no gloves.
Yeah. Social distance. They'll be both verbalizing it and also showing the signs here.
Yeah, that is one thing I've noticed a lot of as far as all of this is concerned, that a lot of people who are saying, hey, you need to do this and hey, you need to do that. He's not wearing gloves. He's touching the cast member.
Well, I do want to say in defense of the guy, he's only in showing off the rules that they have in place. He can't help that. It's probably that he's just very, what's the term?
He's the puppet.
Well, also, for all we know, as far as this video is, everybody's been checked out medically. Everybody knows that they're not infected. We don't even know when the last test was. They could have done it. Everybody good and go. We have no idea what's going on here. I think that the virus is very real. I think the shutdown is the big hoax. That's what I think. And I understand. I understand. Go out, make sure that you're always washing your hands. Gail and I, we have those little baby wipes. We walk around with hand sanitizer. We even have the face scrubs that you would use as a teenager for your acne. We have so much stuff, and we are constantly washing our hands. We got the face masks, the whole 9 yards. And I've always believed if you could go to the grocery store, why can't you go to places outside like this? So even though I brought it up, I'm actually not all that offended that he's going around and he's touching.
They're afraid little children are going to start licking their handrails again.
That I did see quite a bit, and that is something the parents need. Because look, nobody at Disney can stop that. Nobody at Disney can stop your kids from licking the handrails or doing stuff like that. It's not like they lick it or anything, but this will be the handrail, and they'll just go. I've seen that happen so many freaking times. And that's if you're a parent with a small child, you are going to have to be vigilant. And that's on you, man. But I've seen parents let their kids get away with so much. Like there'll be a rope that connects two stanchions, and they will let their kid swing on this rope. I'm like, how much weight do you think that this rope is going to be able to handle? Seriously, before your child just kills them. I've actually seen it where they sat on a rope and both stanchions. It's the stuff where as a cast member, as a team member, you got to go, oh, are you okay? When really you want to look at him and go, look, dumbass. Okay.
Wrong channel.
I know. There's a really strong language on this channel.
Sorry.
You said that hockey stick word before? No,
yeah, I did. I will. Okay, I've got to get the spear jar out. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, you don't need to show us all the walking. Okay, here we go. And this is the security part. So this is the normal bit. Or they walk through and you show.
The next step is for the guests to arrive to redeem their ticket, but also to present their government ID.
Oh. Okay. So that's different. He just said the guests arrive and they show their government ID with the ticket.
My reason I assume for that is because if you're sick, they can identify who you are.
No, and in all honesty, Professor, you want to take this one?
I mean, no, you're good.
So here's the thing. Obviously, Professor's having a hard time remembering that what you would have to do when you show your pass or something, or even your ticket, you would put your finger onto a fingerprinting scan, and that way it would mark your fingerprint to your pass or your annual pass, your day pass, whatever. Obviously, they can't have that now.
I can't believe I completely forgot that.
Yeah. So what it looks like they're going to do is attach your ID to your ticket. What might be a bit of a problem is if you are a huge family and say, like, okay, I buy everybody's ticket, is attached to my ID, or do I have to come up with a government ID for everybody in my family? And that brings up the question, what about the kids? What about the kids, Elizabeth?
What about my 9-month-old baby? Show your ID.
When you go to places like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld, which are on it, those were the last parks that I went to before the world shut down. So that's why I didn't think about it. You do not scan your finger there. You just show them your ticket. They scan it through, and you
chop your finger off and you leave it there.
Yeah, SeaWorld, I know when they get your annual pass or when they get your ticket, they take a picture. And then when you scan, they'll take your annual pass, they'll scan it, and they've got the picture of you right there. So they could go, well, yep, that's him.
You know what? Come on in. Whenever I go to like the NHRA down in Illinois for the drag racing and all that stuff, races, I have a badge around my neck, and it has my ticket in and everything. All I have to do is I show them that. If you want to do that, you can do that. What they do for the employees, have their ID badge. You can have that for people who are coming in. So it has your name, all that stuff, and it has it in a little badge thing you're wearing around your neck. And to me, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Versus someone has to keep fumbling out, coming out, get their wallet, all that stuff.
You don't have to keep doing it. A lot of things, by the way.
Or the wristbands too.
I don't have it, but we have these magic bands where, like for annual pass holders, it's a lot easier. I guess they're going to be selling a lot of them to day guests as well. But all the information is on the magic band. Now, once again, they would have me use my fingerprint, but a lot of times, if you could just pop it right up there, it turns green, you go on in, and the world is a happy place. Let's see what's next. Okay, now I see them looking through the bags, which makes me think, are they changing their gloves? They didn't show it.
Social distancing for our characters. We won't allow.
Are they changing their gloves after every bag?
No, they aren't.
To be able to do is still have a chance to see our favorite Disney friends, get a chance to take photos of them. So we're looking for new creative ways to present our characters.
Yeah, they're going to have to distance the characters from here on in. That's just not something. They can't have kid after kid, one after another, come up and grab onto the
session of a couple of floats with characters on.
That's going to be horrible for the kids who want to take pictures with Mickey and Minnie. And
okay, so here's something he just mentioned. One of the ways, that's what they're going to do, is because he just mentioned that they're going to have floats go by so the kids can still see the characters, but it's not going to be the same. I've got I've got a couple of videos where I meet a couple of Disney princesses, a couple of the characters and everything. That's not going to happen for a while now, it seems like, where you could just go up and you can meet Anna, you can meet Elsa, which begs to the question, what are they going to do with those areas, Prof? What do you think?
Well, yeah, Galaxy's Edge, man.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like in Epcot, they renovated one of the interventions into a
That's true.
character meet and greet, and now they have all that space that they can't use.
Yeah, the only thing they can do is skits. Like they could still have the characters there, and maybe they could do a little something, or they can talk to the guests, but it's going to have to be at a distance. Now, I saw that in a video about one of the Shanghai resorts, the hotels. Like Goofy would come up and he would be at a distance waving, and they took a picture, and the kid could stand up. He couldn't approach him, but could stand up where they could get both Goofy and the kid in the picture, but he can't hug or anything like that like they used to. Let's see. Maranya saying it's not Disney's place to kid baby proof the park. It's up to the parents to take responsibility. Yeah. So you work with, I know they do get, yeah. You work with kids, Prof. How many parents are really responsible with their kids?
Can't legally.
Well, when parents should be responsible.
Yes.
Marania is absolutely right. They
Yes.
should be responsible.
Should.
If
Yes.
they are, is another matter completely.
They're not. A lot of times they're not. My favorite parent of all time, my favorite parent was the one who I'm one of the leads. It's like a manager over at the Twister attraction, and I see a father and his son go around the back of the building. I'm like, okay, yeah, now I've got to bring him back in, and if something weird is going on, maybe call security. The man's letting him pee on the building. We would get that way too much during the summertime, and with you will get people peeing in line. I actually heard that people were peeing inside the building at Flight of Passage because the line would be so long. I'm like, dude, go to the freaking bathroom. You know when you have to go to the bathroom, just freaking go. It's just, but people actually do that. So yeah.
Why is there a puddle on the floor over here?
All right. Certain parents will let their kids do dangerous stuff, Maranya said. And when staff tries to stop them, they yell at the staff for doing. Yeah. Oh, I actually got into an argument with somebody over the fact that their child was too small to ride on a ride. I almost got in trouble for it because I literally looked at him and said, only one of us is arguing for your child's safety, and it's not you. And Ash is saying kids can't be responsible, and it's impossible to parent kids such that they never do stupid things. And that, unfortunately, is true. Let's see what else they have to say here at Disney Shanghai.
And surprise our guests.
Hey, I did not know that Thomas the Tank Engine. No, I'm sorry. That's actually Casey Jones. Yeah.
I was about to correct you, but I couldn't remember his name.
I know.
Are there guests there or no? Or is it all staff?
It looks like this is a dress rehearsal, in all honesty, because I'm only seeing cast members.
Chip and Dale aren't practicing social distance.
All I can say right now is if this was real, Donald Duck and Daisy Duck would not be there because they eat duck over there.
Right. Hey, we eat duck here. Good stuff. Okay. I want to stop it at the same place. Okay. First of all, I want to go to Disney Shanghai so much. That looks really interesting. Plus, anybody else kind of weirded out when they see like Asian Mary Poppins?
It is odd.
It's like, yeah, that just doesn't, I don't know why. It just doesn't quite fit. All right, let's continue here. After that bit made me lose the entire audience and get the channel shut down.
Yeah.
We can just stop here for a second just to show you on the ground some different types of markers we're using. So this area, if you're familiar, we do a character atmosphere show called Tai Chi with Donald Duck.
Okay, stop. we got to talk about, did he just say Tai Chi with Donald Duck?
I don't know.
How much do you want to go to Shanghai Disney to do Tai Chi to have Donald Duck?
Oh yeah.
I think that is awesome. Can we see Tai Chi? I'm going to be looking this up, by the way. Now I want to participate in Tai Chi with Donald Duck. This just sounds awesome. Hey, computer bots, how's it going? They eat everything over there. I want to go to Disney France. Their superhero shows are freaking awesome, says Maranya. The volume on the video is very low. Can't hear it. I'll try to up that a little bit.
Crank it up. It's my jam.
Just crank it so the old man upstairs comes down and yells at you.
Right. Alrighty. I'm more concerned about the young lady downstairs thinking it's too loud. Okay, let's continue this. Anyway, I think my favorite attraction in any Disney park from here on in will be Tai Chi with Donald Duck.
Center here. And we've created a viewing area where, again, each party would now, in this configuration, stand within the yellow box. And so each yellow box is 1 meter separated from each other.
Unlike the press right now.
And so a very simple way to clearly inform our guests where to stand, create that distance, and then once it fills up, we'll ask other guests to come back for the next performance.
Okay, so outside the park, they're saying don't stand in the box. Inside the park, they're saying stand in the box.
Well, because they're doing it differently. So inside the box, you are one person. But whenever you're in line to go through security, you're with your family and friends.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Are they really putting family meter apart? Is that what they're doing?
Oh, yeah, they're doing one person per box.
One person per. Okay, I didn't catch that. All right, let's continue.
But with our limited number of attendees per day, we believe everybody will have a chance to see almost everything they want to see.
And that, of course, is a big concern.
Walking around, you can see that we've got markers positioned at even the little food kiosks here. So
yeah, I kind of figured they would do that.
Make sure that we have social distancing markers available.
Where they have stuff marked off. Now, the big question, of course, is the rides, because I obviously with limited attendance, it won't be as bad. But you know that there can be some huge lines for attractions.
Again, groups will be able to stand in the boxes 1 meter apart from each other.
Now, he just said groups will be able to stand in the boxes.
Yeah, group of 4.
Okay, so now that bears, what if you have a group big enough that it is actually more than a meter? Are they going to have a certain amount, like only 3, maybe 4?
Little Johnny has to go sit in another box with other people.
Yeah, they'll probably separate. You have to be in groups of 2 to 4.
And Ronnie is pointing out, I didn't notice that the girl in the pink mask, I think, is the one that's coughing behind him. In the video?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
She put her hand by her face.
Sometimes coughing fits just come to people, and if they're judging people based off of coughs,
yeah, that's true. We went to the Thai restaurant today, and I always order my my food Thai spicy, so it's really hot. And at the end of the meal, you know, it's nothing to do with I'm sick. It's just I love spicy food, but it causes a little bit of phlegm. What you gonna do? When the park reopens, it's gonna be the best time to go. Imagine a Disneyland without crowds.
Yeah, dude. Like I said,
I'm so wanting to go.
That's why I love going to Walmart when there's no one there.
Yeah, I know. I think it's crazy. They had a curfew here at the time when nobody's out. Why? You know, just. But yeah, I love going to Walmart at 2:00 in the morning if I'm going to Walmart at all. I don't want to go busy ass time. I went the other day and I felt skeeved out. I'm like, it's just no.
Well, the ones that are 24 hours, when you go in there like in middle of the night, they've just restocked everything, and there's hardly anybody in there at all. So I mean, that's why I always go after work. I go there, you know, I do shopping. But
Maranya saying I'd be pegged as a beer virus sufferer because I cough a lot due to allergies. Well, I have allergies in Florida, so I go, and people look at me like, ooh, cocaine. So I understand.
Wrong channel.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling the adult jokes on the Disney Channel. All right, let's get this going again.
members throughout the park,
Practice.
doing continuous wiping down, sanitizing and disinfecting all the high touch surfaces. So this is one of our custodial cast members right now doing that. Hi.
Man, if there's a point where I'm walking through the park and I'm like, you'll get random like a random hit of like the heat, and you just have to stop a minute. I would lean against one of those garbage cans all the time.
Those garbage cans serve as tables at some places. Like you might get your fast food or something like that, and
on there.
You can't find a table or anything, so you and your family would go over to the garbage can. Just
right out of the garbage can.
Well, no, that's where you find your sauces and your unused drinks. Yeah. I am joking. Do not do that in any way, shape, or form. All right,
but no, you get your food in a tray, so it's not like you're eating off of the raw garbage can.
Like you're putting your ketchup on the garbage can so you could dip your fries in it. Yeah, you do get a tray.
Are we gonna see Cinderella scrubbing the floor with a face mask on?
That might happen. So what are we looking at here? It is welcome to the Crystal Grotto. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, I think I know this guy.
So we'll have cast members at the entrance of every attraction reminding our guests to maintain social distance in the queues.
If you're a child, stay away from everybody else.
Okay, so this is what I was wondering. This looks like nope, it's a restaurant of some sorts. The Crystal Grotto.
So if you look on the left as you enter in on the railings, you'll see yellow markers. That's where we're going to ask our guests to stand with at the markers. So stand to one of these yellow marker lines. And again, we'll have cast members in the queues helping to facilitate that.
Okay, so obviously they're not going to have every line.
And do not stand here symbols. That's an indicator to pass through this area. Don't stand in there, because what happens is you would end up with guests too close to each other in side-by-side queues. So we have an area where we block it off.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we'll have cast members facilitating.
Okay, so he just said that there, and if you look, whoops, gosh darn it, what did I just do?
No, the hugs with Mickey.
Mickey, oh man. Let me find this. While I'm finding this back again, what he just said there, and you could kind of see it, is that they've got this big space. You're not supposed to stand here, but you could stand here.
I want you to walk through it.
That way there's, because that was my big concern. If you've ever been through, and Professor, you want to take this one too. If you've ever been through a really busy queue, you're standing about that far from the person next to you.
Yeah, you're always close to the next group. It doesn't matter.
And if you spent any time in a theme park at all, at least once your hand's been sat on. Because somebody climbs up on the railing and they'll plop and it'll be like, oh, nope, that was my hand. Thank you. Yep.
Yes, that has happened accidentally once.
Yeah.
Sir, quit leaning against the railing.
Nah, baby, I'm doing it on purpose. I don't know what you're talking about with the accident. I'm just kidding. All right, let's continue.
So just making sure they follow the markings. This way.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this until I catch up to the TV part. But there we go. Okay, and go again.
Okay.
But this is what I was curious about. How are they going to do the rides? How are they going to do the restaurants? I'm actually feeling pretty confident here.
You know, you can always full screen that video too.
For a boat like this, you would normally fill all the seats and even the middle bench in between.
Okay, once again, I do think this is a dress rehearsal, but this might actually be real guests.
All the benches to indicate where your seat is. And then if they don't have markers, that's not a place to sit.
Oh, wow.
So it's really reducing the capacity significantly on the ride, but allowing that social distancing, which is what's most important at this stage.
Wow. Have you ever seen a Jungle Book or Jungle Cruise, excuse me, a Jungle Cruise boat like this empty? Now that's not what they're on, but
Yeah, no, well, that's basically what this boat is. But at the same time, with how they're seating people, so basically they have to have a spot empty between each person, right?
yeah, because you have to keep 6 feet, so that would be arm to arm, I guess. That is something, man. I'm going, wow. I'm thinking, how?
It's because they're short and skinny over there compared to us. We're fat Americans.
This isn't going to. This part right here isn't going to work out well at all.
This is going to be a strange thing because people are going to be like, I see room on that boat because Americans are demanding.
Man, I hope their boat doesn't sink.
I can fit my kid right here.
Yeah,
no, man,
I don't see why. Why can't we have them right on the top? Yeah, well, it's going to be something. This is it.
Hey, no eating rice on the boat. Get out of here.
Okay.
Here, let me help you. Whoosh.
And this is. See, that's why I'm thinking these are just.
You can see in the first boat how it
And he just touched the hand railing with no gloves.
Okay.
Everyone, just be careful on the edge of the dock here.
Okay, so those people disembarked. There you go. From that boat. That's what we were seeing. That guy.
I'm just saying the social distancing rules would work basically in a mannered and polite society, but will it work in the United States with all entitled people demanding managers for slight offenses?
And I am one of those. There is a nickname for annual pass holders that are feel entitled because they've always been there. They know the park. They think they should get everything.
Floridians.
Do you know? Have you heard this, Professor?
The nickname? No.
Yeah, it's we're called pass holes. Because
never heard that before.
You never heard of the pass holes nickname? Yeah, I have quite a bit. Yeah. It's for people who think they're entitled because they have an annual pass. Let me there you go. So I love the fact that there's all these cameras filming everything. That's how it's going to be at Disney Springs when everything opens. You're going to have all of us YouTubers out there.
All right, this is how I want to see this working. I want to see how they're going to do pirates.
Yeah, do they have Jack Daniels there?
Because Pirates of the Caribbean has many different rows, has 6 rows. Each row is a little bit closer than 1 meter, so we want to go ahead and separate out more than that.
Which nobody
So every other row for loading
is staying away from each other right now. So it's going to be every other row. Okay, that's what I kind of figured they would do. Now, and Pirates is a high volume attraction too.
Yes.
I mean, people love that ride. I'm done with it, but people.
Oh man, they're right next to each other.
Yeah, but they're family.
How do you know?
You can be with your family.
Yep.
Because they would ask what they would say. You know, when you walk up, they go, "How many?" And you'd say 2, 3, 4, however many people are in your family, so they know don't send anybody with these people. And yeah, they do that all the time. And Gail and the kids, when we go, they go, "We're 3. Leave the old fat man out of it. We don't want to be near him." They're pretty bad to me. I don't know. Have you guys seen Shanghai Disney's Pirates Caribbean?
I haven't.
Man, it will make you jealous if you ever watch that. That will make I mainly want to go to Shanghai Disney and all that based on what I've seen from Pirates Caribbean. It is just amazing to watch.
Is Jackie Chan in there?
Yes, and he is drop kicking the Kraken, and it is awesome. All the while he's singing "I'll Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan. Yeah, it's uncanny. It's exactly what you want out of an attraction.
to wipe your hands with hand sanitizer.
Oh, all righty. I like that. See, and I've said this before. I am weird about my hands. I want
So you see it on the walls.
I want a hand sanitizer all over the park before
See,
all of this happened.
Yeah, now that I touch everything, and I finally come to this building, get some hand sanitizer, and then I'll, yeah, well, thanks.
Now the thing is it should be motion sensor. You shouldn't have to touch anything to get the hand sanitizer. That looks like a pump.
It is. Use your elbow.
That's the wrong kind. They need the automatic.
I don't care about the public over there. Are you kidding me?
And so if we ever do exceed those values, we have other exits from the attractions that people can go.
Now the gift shop. If I touch something, I put it back. Sure, you gotta buy it. Well, you touched it.
I was just about to bring that up. That's why I paused it. I was like, okay, so we're in the gift shop. Now they may talk about this, but I wanted to put a pause on it and everything. I can't see the comment, so by all means, VENKMAN, Professor.
Well, Computer Robots wanted me to tell some jokes, and I said you had to send a super chat first.
Oh, not on this channel. We're not monitored.
Marania says now all these social distancing rules would work based on. Okay, I already read that one. So Ash says social distancing is nearly as important as avoiding touching surfaces. That's going to be the real danger of going to the parks.
Which I think we're about to find out a little bit, because in the merchandise thing, you have people. The kids, for one, is going to go, oh, I want this, I want that, and they're going to bring stuff up to their parents. And
look, I got a stuffed animal. No, we can't. We gotta...
Yeah, can you get me this? Can you get me that? That kind of thing. And here's another thing: I'm a big guy. I've got to wear 2X or larger, so I usually like to go to 3X, because shirts shrink and it's just nicer. So they always put the small on the front and the 3X in the back. So if I want to buy a T-shirt, I've got to ruffle through all of these things.
Why don't you start from the back?
Well, you have to anyway. To get to the back, I have to get to the. I have to.
I know.
Front so I can see it. There's a lot of stuff. I think this is not going to be on us. If Disney wants to do this right, it's got to be on them. Well,
all these plush bears, are they going
to? Pix. What are you saying to me?
We have the grocery stores open. People do the same thing in grocery stores.
Yes.
Where they're picking up stuff and they put it back down. Like, no, I don't really need that.
Well,
I have done this myself.
The only way to battle this thing is if you put everything in plastic bags.
That is a great idea. And I think that's on them to make sure that all the T-shirts are displayed with each size having its own rack. I think maybe they'll have to maybe make a display T-shirt and have it all wrapped up.
Like Hot Topic does. They have a wall of T-shirts. There you go.
Yeah, something along those lines. Stuffed animals should be in plastic. But even still, kids are going to be picking up those plastic, those stuffed animals wrapped in plastic.
If you're a smart adult, you'll be wearing blue gloves.
Well, it doesn't apply to me because I'm not rich enough to buy a Disney T-shirt. So.
And it doesn't apply to me because I'm not a smart adult. So anyway, we're going to keep going there.
Or we're able to just control access for a limited period of time until people cycle through. Maybe we can walk towards the registers.
So he said that they're going to be controlling access to the. Oh, hold on. Let me pause this one to catch up. There we go. They're going to be controlling access to the stores. That's rough. This is going to cost Disney a lot.
Oh, that looks like a place that gets floods a lot.
This is awesome, man. Are you kidding me?
It looks like a place that's been flooded by the ground because it looks like it's been like a landslide.
Well, that's part of theming. Also, what they do before they open, and this once again, it looks like it's early. Like this is a press junket rather than actual opening. What they would do is they would do pressure washing. So a lot of times, if you go early in the morning, you'll have the ground will be wet. Now in Florida, it's no big deal because by opening, the sun's burned it off anyway.
Well, Ash is bringing up the before I'll read Marania's first. Marania said that another danger is someone who has a virus but has no symptoms and is preparing your food. That's another possibility.
Now I heard you can ingest it, but the big danger is if they touch the plate, it's on the plate. Like you're going to get it more from the vessel carrying your food than you are the food itself.
And
What was Ash's comment?
Ash is saying the virus can exist on your glove as easy as your hands, which I understand that. It's called when you take your stuff home, you spray it down with Lysol, you throw your gloves away, you wash your hands. You know, that's,
There's no blocking this 100%. Let's continue.
But looking at this part right here, I just realized this is gonna suck for the water parks.
you know those people, the giant water tanks behind them.
Lagoon, they're gonna.
Something happened where I think I lost sound here for some reason on my TV. Or I don't know if no, it's up to 76, but I'm not seeing anything anymore.
It might be the YouTube video. Maybe cut off.
The audio has been quiet a couple of times.
Well, try it on your YouTube. You can hear that part. The one you're sharing now.
Yeah.
You can personally hear it.
No, there's no sound here.
Okay, so you know there's no sound.
We're just walking.
That's weird. Okay. But here we go.
Okay, good. Okay, great. So with the restaurants, we want to maintain social distancing in here. That's the #1 priority, along with enhancing the safety and hygiene inside the restaurant. So what we're doing is we're planning no more than 50% of our seating capacity available. So that'll be the regulating factor of the restaurants. So with that, again, with lower attendance levels at the beginning, we don't foresee very many queues at all. But if we do have queues, we're prepared. So if we have to control access into the restaurant, we will leverage the exterior areas for some queues before they
First
enter.
of all,
So you
this
can
looks
see,
cool.
The yellow markings on the ground
It does.
as guests enter into the restaurant.
But my first thought is the restaurants are an easy situation, like those sit-down restaurants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is make them all pretty much reservations. I don't know what they can do to help with cutting down on.
I'm not sure they're going to want to make it just flat out reservations because they're going to be at a limited capacity anyway. So if they could get walk-in traffic, the good thing about doing reservations only is exactly how much food to prepare on a day where you don't have as many people. So I'm going to back that up and say, yes, I think you're right. I think that's the best for them. That's the best to do. For us, of course, keep it all open because I may say to myself, I want to go to Park Plaza and grab a sandwich, but then no, you know what? I want to go grab me some curry over at the Skipper's Canteen or something like that.
Listen, I love going to Trails Inn or Boma, one of the resort restaurants.
Yep.
And there are times when me and my family have gone and tried to just walk in, and it's succeeded a few times. But for what they're going for, the health and safety aspect, it would be safer just to do reservations because then you wouldn't have to deal with any lines.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to deal with overbooking. You can make sure which tables are. Yeah, you're right about that. For them, absolutely right. Right. English.
And cast members welcoming you, but also reminding you about social distancing.
And not wearing gloves, but it's okay. She's by a hand sanitizer thing.
So for the queuing for where you pick up your food, because this restaurant, you actually pick up your food first and then you pay. What we plan is
food court style.
We already have, but because they're tight, what we've done is we've created areas that guests cannot stand in to make sure that we keep 1 meter or so separation between the different groups.
Yeah, because you would want it in front, behind, and side by side.
Here behind the line, so again, an area where you do not stand.
Now, they said they had cast members to demonstrate all this. Have you seen any demonstrations whatsoever? And all we've seen are a whole bunch of groups of people hanging around this dude.
Look at the sign! Look at the sign!
Get to the chopper!
so they're all holding a sign right there. I was all like, look at this. That's your job, to hold the sign.
But some people may have cash, some people may have credit cards. So you have that chance to clean up. Also, the cast member has a chance to use the sanitizer.
Okay. I hate to point out a flaw in the cloth here, Jim, but what you just said is after you get done with your transaction, you get to use this hand sanitizer that will be touched by everybody else. Once again, these should be automatic. I mean, if you have to push, if you have to touch, if you have to do anything, that negates the whole thing. Also, look, the young lady, I'm sure she's a great worker. That's why they put her there. She looks the part. They, you know, trust me, if Disney's going to do something on TV, they put somebody there for a reason. I'm sure that woman is a lovely employee. However, she's not wearing gloves. And I understand this is just the TV. This is just the video to tell you what's going to happen. But they need to have some gloves that they could change in between every guest. I'm not saying they have to be absolute 100% latex. And some of these, you just have to do it for show, I guess. But even those, you know, those plastic gloves you might see the lunch lady wearing that.
Oh yeah, the clear ones, the food serving gloves.
Yeah, that might not completely fit, but at least it covers the fingers. Give them something like that that's so cheap they could, okay, I did this person, flip, on, go. That seems to be what.
Or they could sell gloves. Mickey Mouse on the rubber latex gloves.
Well, even with you, you're going to want to change the gloves after a while.
Well, touching on what Baranya and Ash are saying about reservations, obviously for a food court type place like this, or the what is it, Geppetto's? Do we call it Geppetto's? Yeah. You could not have reservations. So this system works for that perfectly. But for all real sit-down restaurants where you go in, sit down, and you have an actual waiter there, doing it reservations would be the safest way to go.
Yeah, you're talking full service. Like in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, it would be Our Guest. It would be the Crystal Palace. Which, once again, is a character meet and greet dining, so you're not going to be able to see Winnie the Pooh up close hugging and all that kind of stuff. I've got a picture somewhere where Winnie the Pooh is kind of rubbing my bald head, but that's not going to happen anymore. You know, there's what I'm wondering is the Park Plaza. Have you been in the Plaza restaurant? It is tiny. It is a tiny restaurant, but they've got area for outdoor seating. I think they should open that up.
Ash bring up, it's okay to touch the sanitizer machine since afterwards you're putting hand sanitizer on your hand anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That is a fair point.
For your health and safety, this table.
So what the intention would be is nobody sits here, somebody sits here, and we alternate to keep that social distancing.
Yeah,
man, that's going to really suck. You go and you think you finally found a table you can sit at, and then you see that sign, and then you're like, oh.
Yep.
And I say, oh, the sign's gone. There was no sign here. My bad. Oh, well.
Yeah, so during the preparation period for the reopening, what we've done is really look at a lot of different measures to make sure that we can deliver a safe and healthy environment within the park. So it starts with ensuring that we have an audience that is able to come with limited numbers to make sure that we can deliver on social distancing. So we are.
Are you going to mention the fact that you're also having people sign waivers to get in?
We're trying to ensure social distancing through a variety of methods, many of which you've seen, which are the markers on the grounds, limiting the number of people inside our locations, and those kinds of methods.
So I guess there you go.
That's all, folks.
That is
the ticket sales is now available online. May you have a good journey.
God bless that girl trying to speak English. There,
Nike, just do it. Do it now.
No. It's hey, you know what? She knows more languages than I do. So
I never understood why. Off topic though, we're talking about Nike. I'm surprised that our store never got to deal with that. Do it now.
Ow, go to the chopper.
Just do it.
Yeah, so there you go. Obviously, some of those I think they're going to have a hard time with Americans doing that, just because. Like I said, if you're waiting for a long time and you see an empty boat moving, you might go, hey, I would have fit right
There's
there.
also a lot of Americans who are not believing this whole COVID thing.
Yeah. Well, once again, virus
you're,
real, lockdown, not so much. But the truth is, and Ash is bringing this up as well in the comments, none of the measures should be an inconvenience if the park is less than half full.
Yep.
What may be an inconvenience, and I thought about this a couple of times, and this is a bit selfish on my part, I will admit this. I am a pass holder. I've got the premier pass. This is the platinum, the top tier pass. I wanted to be, for this channel, I wanted to be able to go to any event day of, I don't have to plan, okay, let's just go. So I've spent the extra money, and at some points in time that has been a big inconvenience when I didn't have the money to spend. So if they're going to go on a limited capacity, how are they going to handle annual pass holders? Not, of course, the fact that we're pass holes or anything like that, but I've been promised through the money that I've been spending that any day, anytime, I could just walk on in.
Weren't they refunding?
No, what they're doing is, like, say my pass was up in July. That's the contract. It's up in July. But what they did was they stopped the payments in April. So through April and May, they postponed it. So it should pick up July and August, or maybe August and September. They might add it like that. Then my pass.
So you're being charged a monthly payments.
No, they stopped doing that. But what they're going to do is they're going to restart it. Once all of this, Disney opens, say it's been a year, then I got one more year on, so I've got 4 months. Whenever that starts up, I've got 4 months from that period on my pass.
I was thinking, pass like you pay it all once.
Oh yeah. That's how somebody like Florida has an option of making payments. So obviously, I'm not somebody who could afford $1,000 for an annual pass. So instead, I can make a monthly payment of a smaller amount. So that's what happens. And they've got that for the entire tier list of annual passes. But I'm very curious on how they're going to handle that. Karens will sit at those marked tables anyway because they're entitled to do so, and that's gonna.
Not a Pecky speak to it.
Yeah. So what do you think, Prof? Are what do you think about the annual pass thing?
Well, as for annual passes, I think they'll probably. I don't even know how they're going to handle it. Or are they going to say, "Oh, sorry, I know you're a pass holder, but we're already the park's half full"?
Well, I thought you first come, first serve. I mean, this brings me back to the whole theater topic. Now you have to choose your seats before you come here and something. It's like you got to plan stuff. I understand it's the battle overcrowding and stuff like that, but it's like I dude, you should be, if you really want something, you'll wait for it. Like the people.
What they could do is say they're only going to let in. What's capacity there? Is it about a million? Is it 100,000? I forget what the Disney's capacity is. It's been so long since I've worked there. But say it's 100,000 people in the park. So they're going to cut this down to 25,000. What I would do with them is flat out. Now, once again, you start at the premiere and you go, okay, we're going to allow for this many people. That because we know this many people have the platinum pass, and we're going to allow for this many and this many. And after that, that's how many people they let in. But the problem with that is they want that day guest money.
Ash, bring up a question. Yeah.
What do they do pre-COVID for pass holders if the park is full? I've never been turned away, dude. Not on any day. None. Now, granted, I never tried to go in on Christmas, but it's first come, first serve as far as that's concerned, Ash. Like, even if you're staying on property and you have the tickets and everything, if you go in before capacity. So yeah, I guess they would do that. I guess they would do. They just do that. If you go
there's no way. There's no way you'd be like, well, if we're gonna take the A through Z of the pass holders, and we're gonna go right down. By the time there's people in Z, it's like the next year.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I would think is fine is now I wouldn't want it all the time, but while we're getting restarted, if they said, okay, we're going to give you, like say my wife has, she has the lower tier. It's the Monday through Friday. She can get in anytime, Monday through Friday. Okay, fine. So what if they gave her 4 days a month? And they increase that as they go up? I think that would be something. But yeah, what they did was, it's first come, first serve.
Yeah. His Disneyland fills up real fast.
Magic Kingdom is usually, thankfully, we've got 4 parks here. Yeah. So a lot of times, all 4 parks aren't going to fill up even on Christmas. You might be able to get into Epcot, which is freaking huge.
Well, Disney World's like the big, huge attraction in. Florida.
Magic Kingdom is that usually fills up on Christmas time and certain days during the summertime. I remember I went Christmas Eve to get Ashley some sake from the Japanese market there, and it ended up the way it is you've got for about a mile before the entrance to Magic Kingdom, you have the entrance to Epcot, and the cars were backed up that whole mile all the way just waiting to get into Magic Kingdom. And that was on Christmas Eve. It's very unlikely you'll ever see me waiting to get in.
On a motorcycle, you drive around right on the side of them.
Yeah, it just wouldn't happen. But I'm interested. It's an interesting time. I'm excited. I want to go to Disney Springs. I want to see what's happening there. I admit I miss it. That's how I not just run this channel, but it's just a lot of fun. It's what I like to do. So I don't know.
I want to work again.
You want to get back to work? Yes. You're a Disney employee, right?
Kind of, sort of, not really.
Kind of, sort of, not. So you're third party. Well, yeah. Well, so is Gail. She wants to get back to work. She had just started at Earl. She quit the hotel she was working at, and she started at Earl of Sandwiches at Disney Springs, which, by the way, is one of the best, cheapest places to eat in the Disney Springs. But she loved it, and she's like, "Oh, I want to get back to work." She is. I appreciate her help, but she's kind of champing at the bit to get back out there. I, on the other hand, okay, if the theater calls me, that would be cool. If not, I'll have to find another way to make money. No, I guess I do kind of.
We'll hold 2 auctions per week.
I guess so. No, I do hope they call me. There are things that I do like about that job that I would miss. All righty, but there you go, gang. That's Disney's Shanghai park to reopen with COVID-19 precautionary measures. They really did not think of a catchy title on that video, did they?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's our reaction to it. Thanks for hanging out, Ash and Maranya, and those that
Computer Robots
here listening. Computer Robots. I know some people weren't as active on the thing, but I appreciate it as well. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.
See you real soon.
And also, Haley Bomb, our Hallie B Man 2009. Welcome to the channel if you're still watching. And happy zippity doo dah day.
Enjoy.